What up, my extraordinary people? You are in the den with Aaron EBM. Now, before I get too far into this video, I'd like to give my condolences to DMX and his friends and family. You were always one of my favorite rappers, and you will forever be missed. Now, to the topic at hand. The video has been out for a while now, I think since October-ish or before the actual election happened. So it was out for a while, but I didn't see it when it actually came out. So when I finally saw it, I really couldn't believe what I saw when I saw the video. I couldn't believe it was happening in the manner that it was happening, especially to somebody like Ice Cube that's been around for so long, that's done a lot for different people and kind of gave different actors and actresses a stepping stone into the actual entertainment industry. So when I saw this video, I was really appalled at the way these so-called ladies handled themselves on national TV with a black man with a peer, you know, with a whole grown man. So it's a long clip, it's a long video, and I'm not going to play this whole video, but I am going to stop at times and kind of explain to what I think the problem is in this video and pretty much the relations between black men and black women.
I appreciate that. So thank you. I want to ask you just out the gate how you're doing. You know, how have you been coping with the pandemic, the civil unrest? These are, I mean, black people have always been through trying times, but it's a little extra right now on top of our regular stress. Getting different. We got another layer on top. You know, we got 10 on 20 right now. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, the pandemic, it hit everybody and caught everybody off guard. With George Floyd happened.
Yes.
Which shook everybody to our core. You know, when you hear a man, you know, scream for his mama, I think everybody in the world felt that. So, you know, everything switched reels for me. And I just been on this quest trying to get us true equality, you know, not just equality on, you know, social issues, but economic equality, which is, you know, just as important.
When I first heard that you were supporting Trump, I was like, wait a minute, what? Hold on, because you my boy. So I was like, I got a personal insight. I'm going to call him directly.
I didn't say.
Now, see, look at it right there. Like, Lisa Ray, who are you to call out Ice Cube on who he supports? What if he did support Donald Trump? What are you going to do? This is a grown man, a grown ass man, and you trying to call him out like, you know, he owes you some kind of explanation. See, this right here is exactly what we're talking about. The lack of respect to black men in our community, and you can see it just play out in this video. All right, I'm not gonna keep it. Let's go. Let's get back to
Trump. So
allegedly, right? That's what I heard. That's what the sound bites. You know, that's why people got to do their research. And I watched that interview, and I heard you break it down to why you were involved, why you met with both sides, and when you got involved, which was not just recently. And so when I said, you know, what contract was he talking about? This contract of Black America, like, what is that? Where did it come from? I did not know. So when I think of things that I don't know, I automatically assume that a whole lot of people out there don't know. So I would want you to educate me as well. So what did make you go to the administration and speak with them?
Well, what happened was, you know, it was a lot of yelling, a lot of people upset, a lot of reforms being put on the table during George Floyd. But I was looking around for a document that really was speaking on what's the needs in the community and what do we need across the board, not just from government, but from the private sector too. Because there's a lot of companies that are involved in our pain, and they got to pay up too. You know, they owe us reparations as well in some shape or form.
See, right off the rip, you got somebody that's you got a man that's really trying to do something different. You know, you can obviously tell that, you know, this is one of the founding members of NWA. So, you know, he's seen a lot of stuff that we haven't even seen, and he's trying to go out there and do things and step out of his comfort zone and do something about the situations instead of, you know, holding hands and singing Kumbaya and then waiting for the next president to get in office, and we're still in the same rut or in the same position we were 4 to 8 years later. So I can't argue with Ice Cube, and I don't understand how they had the audacity to do this.
You know, economists involved, people like Derek Hamilton. You know, we started to go and just find the smartest minds to help try to put a document together so we can actually have something to say, damn, all this is things we need. This is common sense. This is things that should be in place already, but they're not.
So you get the gist of what he's doing. You know, he goes out of his way, out of his comfort, because, you know, he is a millionaire, multi-millionaire business owner. You know, he could sit back and live a good life and not have to worry about any of this BS that he's having to go back and explain himself over and over again. But yet, he's a man that wants to enact change. So of course he's not going to sit back and not do anything. So that's what you see. That's what the whole premise of the Contract of Black America was. But
it's something about, there has been 7,000 Black people elected, and you felt like in offices for us. And you felt like they ain't made a change. We've not come far at all with 7,000 of us in there. What are we going to do? Who is going to take this and say, okay, I'll be in the front line of this, and then get in the front line and have everybody come on board?
I want to jump in and say, I just don't think it's that fair to the 7,000 Black elected officials that have been in office.
Right, to say that they've done nothing. Right?
Yeah, because I think that is, I think that's a slippery slope to walk down, because as you saw,
a lot of progress has been made.
It's not as simple as you get elected and bam, you can make all the changes one man.
Right. I never said that 7,000 people, Black people, have never did anything. I said that since the 60s, there's been over 7,000 Black politicians elected in prominent positions. And our situation, you know, as far as the wealth gap hasn't changed. We flatlined from the 60s to now. We have not gained or closed the wealth gap. So that's the major.
That is true, by the way. It's the truth. The wealth gap is exactly the same. It might seem like we have more millionaires and Black billionaires and millionaires, which we do. But if you look at the gap and you look at inflation, if you count inflation into it, we are at the same level. And that's what Ice Cube is trying to say.
Problem. I understand we got a lot of people, you know, working hard for progress, that the facts are it hasn't happened in the traditional way. So that's why I want to break the mold.
So I just want to say, first of all, you know, there's this whole cancel culture that we have. First of all, ain't nobody canceling no damn Ice Cube. Let me just say that first, not the gate. This is NWA.
Thank you.
He was the first to say fuck the police. So go sit down. Nobody's canceling Ice Cube, and if you are canceling, that's fucking stupid.
That's a lady.
Second of all, I do think that it is very good that you are taking an initiative to, and I like how you say bipartisan, because that means both parties. This is for both parties. We want both parties to jump onto this. This is not just, oh, this person, that person. We want everybody to grab a hold on to what African American people need singularly. And I remember we talked about this on Cocktails. Remember, Lisa Ray, when you asked the question before, you were like, well, who's going to do something? Who's going to lead singularly for African Americans? Now, I do know that there have been tons of initiatives.
I had to stop right there. I had to stop it right there because, you know, that is a good point, and it's not a good point on her behalf. It's a good point is in African American community. Why are you looking for a singular leader? Why are you looking for somebody to lead you? When I've said this time and time again, there will be no more Martin Luther King. There will be no more Malcolm X to come save us. When the Minister Louis Farrakhan passes, there will not be another one of him to lead us. You know, and it's for us to lead us. You know, we will never get anywhere if we keep looking for the next Dr. Martin Luther King to come pull us out of poverty. And I'm sick of that excuse. Why, you know, look, where's the singular leader? Why would you even say that you need a singular leader? You know, I feel, you know, anecdotally, I feel like, you know, we are looking for a singular leader to foot the work. You know, to be the scapegoat when something doesn't go as planned. We don't want to have responsibility for that. We want to blame this person right over here so we can go home and sleep better at night. But I'm telling you, if you don't sit up, if you don't stand up and pull your part like Ice Cube, like pull your weight like Ice Cube is trying to do, we're never going to get anywhere waiting on a singular leader.
CBC has initiatives all the time, Congressional Black Caucus. With the state of how our community is already broken, how we already have PTSD, how we already are not connecting already interculturally, the infrastructure of African Americans in general is just jammed up with or without money. Do you think, and what could be the process of once we get this money, of implementing it properly into our communities and really being able to allocate it where it makes sense and matters, and what's going to be necessary for that to happen?
How could you even answer that question? You know, how are you expecting him to know how all the money is going to get allocated to where it needs to go? He can't assure that by himself, which is why you need people, which is why you need a panel, which is why you need a group of people and not a singular person. You know, I feel like what you really mean is how you going to make sure that I get the money that I'm owed. I'm just saying.
Now, we wanted Joe Biden on record. He has a plan, but I don't know if his plan really pinpoints black people. So we want a plan that pinpoints black people. We don't know if any of them going to do it. But when you have a person on record as a campaign promise, you have more to go at him with, because he's told the world this is what he's going to do. And if he doesn't deliver, he looks bad to everybody. Now, why hasn't dude done it in 3 years? I don't know. Nobody's been pressing him. Everybody's been like, he's the boogeyman, run. And nobody's been pressing him on behalf of black people, because we've been just waiting for Democrats to get back in.
I do not agree with you on that statement. There has been a lot of people that have asked him, what about the wall? What about the kids in cages? I mean, there's a lot of things that, trust me, I'm not going to give him no plus sign whatsoever.
But check this out. I'm talking about pressing him to give things to black people. These are country issues. I'm talking about black people pressing him to give things to black people. Every rest of the country, I understand that, but we raggedy. We got to get our. We have to.
Won't even let him
we have to press any president that ends up winning. We have to press, or it's not going to work. We can't just press one side.
He says when we do press him that the other people are fine people. I mean, is that right? I mean, and he won't denounce the people that hurt us and suppress us. And and then the policeman had his neck.
See, that right there is what we talk about in our sector of YouTube. Yeah, it pisses everybody off, and it pissed everybody off, including me. That, you know, that would be said, but in the end, this is business. You know, how you going to get hung up on him saying that, you know, the people that were in those riots, I think it was in Charlottesville, North Carolina. How you going to get hung up with that because you feel you're in your feelings and you feel like what he said was unjust, and you know it was. But we got to. That's why men come forward and say, look, yeah, that's messed up, but what can we do to push this pendulum forward and not get stuck in our feelings about these situations?
I'm not here to fight about what he did, what he didn't do. Is he a good white man? Is he a bad white man? To me, they pretty much all the same. So now,
I don't agree with that.
With that said,
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with. Can I? I don't agree.
You don't agree with
I used to be.
Look, I know we've had all kind of presidents, and our situation hasn't changed. So that's why I said they're pretty much all the same when it comes to a president and dealing with our situation. I had been doing press about the contract of Black America outside of that. So I was using my press to promote the contract, not just to them dudes on the call, but to all of America, to all of Black America. That's where my thing is. So I wasn't on the call, but that don't mean we couldn't have a call. So that's what happened. And I don't feel like I made a mistake for not being on the call.
Fair use.
I will tell you, we have to wrap the show. We're way over, but I just want to say, Cube, I hear what you're saying, but I just want you to know, as Black women, how we would feel with, there's no mention specifically of Black women in the contract with Black America. They do have to stand
on top of that. I just told you can write that up if you want
to. We're not out here jumping on calls.
We all Black, so we all.
But we're not meeting up with Jared Kushner and Donald Trump about this. You are.
There you go. It can't get more. It can't get more Negro than that. You're gonna come at the man. You're gonna complain. You're gonna nag, and you're going to criticize what he's doing. And then when he asks for help. So I play the game with you. You know, I'll consider your counterproductive request as long as you help me. And now all of a sudden, I'm not the one out there doing it. It's you the one out there doing it. So you want a man that you clearly have no respect for to draw up requests or demands for the contract of Black America for women. See, it's always like that. You know, you can always tell when somebody ain't about nothing for real, because as soon, you know, this happens in everyday life. You know, okay, you want something done like you want it. You don't like what I'm doing. Help me out. Oh, no, I can't help you. You know, this is what you're dealing with. You know, I feel like it's a bunch of women on here that just want to complain because he is who he is.
So you can't say, well, if you don't like it, add to it. You're out here. You took that job. You took that position to lead this. So like, don't say
I'll write up the Black woman's part of the contract for you.
Good.
How many words do y'all want it to be? The thing is, you guys are the experts, but here we go again. You just want to talk. Nobody want to help me. Just want to talk. But y'all the experts on Black women, so why won't y'all help me? See, that's the problem.
I can tell you why. You just let me guys party. So anyway,
the initiatives have already been set. So
I wish. Listen, you guys, we're way over. We're way over. I wish we would have you for more time, because I feel like you have a lot to say, Ice Cube, and you're very influential. And we appreciate this, and I hope we can respectfully debate and no feelings hurt. I don't think you are the type that would get hurt. I appreciate y'all. I wish we could have you back and have more of this
show. Better than I am, you know. I give it up to the brother. He's better than I am, because ain't no way in hell I would have sat there and listened to all that. And you know, I didn't say I wouldn't have been disrespectful, but I would shut it down. You know, if this is what it is, if y'all want me to come and talk to you guys, and then I have a bunch of women that if I'm not older than, we're the same age, but you're talking to me like I'm 25 years old. You guys, to me, this is the exact problem in our, you know, with between men and women in our community. So you seen it. You know, the lack of respect, the disdain for the person just because they have are walking in a way that you not really want him to walk in, even though you're not even willing to help in the cause that this brother is talking about. So guys, you heard it. You know, that you heard it just like I did. If you want to go watch it and analyze it, feel free to. That being said, you guys know this is not my full-time job. I'm out here hustling and grinding for your entertainment as well as your well-being. So I appreciate you guys. Until the next time, peace.